Hey everybody, I'm Johnny, and today I'm going to be showing you a new product that we've been building called Alerty. Alerty is a monitoring platform that makes it really easy for you as a developer to understand the status of your infrastructure and of your applications. If you're not familiar, monitoring, why is it important? Real quick, monitoring is basically the idea of having an automated system constantly check your services, your resources, and check for all of the ways that they can fail, and let you know if there's anything you need to be paying attention to. It's really important as you start to scale because you need to know, is your website up or down? Your users won't be able to sign up if it is. But also you need to know, how fast is it loading? You need to know, is my database healthy? There's many, many different types of checks you're going to need to have in place. And it can be a real burden and a real pain to think about all of them as you're developing. So we built Alerty to make it super simple for you. And I want to show you how. We're going to start off here on the inventory page. This is basically where you can tell Alerty all of the resources that you have. I'll walk through a couple of different resource types that we have in a second here. But I also want to mention, in addition to our inventory page, we've got monitors page and an instance page. While the inventory page shows all the resources we have, the monitors page shows you all of the things that we're checking for all of the resources. This is an important detail because there's more than one thing that you want to check per resource. We'll give you an example with a website in a moment. Then additionally, while there's a lot of data being generated, a lot of things that we're checking, you don't need to care about every single one of them. You really only need to jump in when something's broken, when something's going out of bounds, or when something's trending in a way that could be concerning. For that, we've got our instance page. This is essentially where we show you the status of every, incident that we found. Anytime something goes wrong, we'll be able to acknowledge it, see history around it, and resolve the conversation with your team. For example, you can see here, we've got an uptime monitor that said there was an unreachable resource a few days ago, but it's been acknowledged. If we click in, I'm curious what happened here. It looks like we have a monitor on an Akamai website, but Akamai blocks our bot user from visiting the page. So our system noticed this issue. An engineer acknowledged the incident, and then somebody else came in here and added some context so that we know this isn't something we need to worry about right now. I can dig back out from this incident and look at the monitor that actually created this. I can see that, this has been failing pretty constantly over the last few days due to the comment that was on that incident. Going back to the inventory page, I can see all my resources, and I can see that my akamai.com website is alerting as that monitor and incident have alluded to. I can click on this resource and see uptime is failing. We haven't been able to pull any of the other data from any of the other monitors. If we go back out to the inventory page and we look at a different resource that we're pretty certain is up, like Google, we can see that uptime is okay. It has been consistently high. Looks like there was a few issues a little while ago, but now it's all good. And we can see monitors were created for latency and load time to help us understand how quickly is this site actually loading beyond just being up or down. Now, there's a bunch of different resources that we have today. We've shown you a couple of websites here, but we also have support for a couple of CDNs. If you're using Cloudflare, AWS CloudFront, you can tell Alerty that I'm using that CDN, and we will detect any traffic anomalies. You can see about 7 hours ago, we had one that fired. Additionally, we have a bunch more resource types coming soon, including support for Next.js sites on the front end and back end, various back end frameworks like Lambda, ECS, Python applications deployed through Flask, EKS, Golang applications, and then databases. You can see here we've got a AWS RDS PG vector database that's deployed here. We've created a couple of different monitors, everything from memory usage, CPU usage, and storage usage. A couple of the things that you would care about if you're running this database at scale. Now, last but not least, I do want to call out, while there's a lot of things in your control, there's always some things that are not in your control, and that's where monitoring is really helpful. It's here to tell you when things are broken so you can go in and dig in and figure out how you're going to solve these issues. In addition to a bunch of resources that support monitoring your own resources and your own applications, sometimes you rely on external dependencies that can go down as well. For that, we've built our Stripe services, OpenAI, Vercel, WorkOS, Zeet status pages down here. This essentially gives you a way to monitor any external status page. For example, maybe I want to monitor GitHub, and we will tell you anytime there's an issue in an external downstream service that you need to be aware of. Now, you may be wondering, great, if one of these breaks, how do I know? Am I just constantly going to be refreshing this Alerty dashboard and checking is it healthy or not? The last thing I'll show you here is over in the settings, we've got notifications set up for both email and Slack. So if you're using a Slack, you can get a notification in your Slack channel every time anything goes anomalous or anytime there's any issue. And if you're not, you can get an email straight to your inbox letting you know what broke, when, and why. If you get confused, don't worry. The Alerty Assistant is here to help out. The Alerty Assistant here knows all about what Alerty does, knows all about monitoring, and can help you dig deeper into the incidents as you're looking into them to help you figure out the root cause and solve them. Hope you guys like this. Would love to hear any feedback. We're still working on quite a bit of this, but hopefully this is helpful for you to have a first line of defense against your downtime, have some visibility into your services, and make sure that you're serving your users properly. Thanks.